And hello everybody, welcome back to RFC News. Well, it looks like the transfer market is now moving along, and this one is a very, very exciting bit of news with regard to a young winger. Now, of course, Russell Martin has been announced, the takeover has been completed, but us as Rangers fans, we all know that we've got a lot of work to do in this transfer market to make us being able to compete for the title. I don't think there's much difference between Celtic and Rangers sort of competitively in terms of what we were doing this last season, between the heads-to-heads and all these kind of things. But for us, really, if you watch us week in, week out, we know that we need a lot of reinforcements, especially to get through those Champions League qualifiers and mount a serious title challenge next season, which is expected at Rangers, regardless of it being a manager's first campaign. Now, it's been a little bit quiet. There's been a few different transfers, a lot of outgoing stuff, a lot of the stuff with Cyril Dessers, and all of these kind of things that we've been reporting on over the last week. However, it does seem as though we are now coming to the exciting things with regard to a potential incoming. And this one is actually very, very exciting because 30 clubs, and that's not an over-exaggeration, by the way, 30 clubs have been competing for this young winger's signature. So in today's live stream, guys, as always, we are going to break it down, go through what we currently know as it is being titled that Rangers have won the race to sign Quahim Poko from Peterborough, and this first incoming looks to be done. As always, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll be taking your reaction in the live chat a little bit later on. So let me know your thoughts on this exciting transfer in the live chat. I'll jump down there in a little while. But this is the gentleman that we're on about, guys. Of course, Quahim Poko. And again, as stated, this is what reports are stating, is that Rangers have beaten off competition from several clubs, and I quote, 30 clubs for exciting winger Quahim Poko is being claimed. Rangers were one of 30 clubs interested in Poko, as revealed by the director of football at his club, Peterborough United, Barry Fry. After an outstanding season in England's League One, in which he scored 12 goals and provided 11 assists, the 23-year-old is a man in demand. The interested clubs, several in England, one being spending Birmingham City or back in the Championship and targeting signings. There was further interest from overseas, but Rangers appear to look to emerge as the front of the queue as they look to replace Vasilev Cherny's goals from the right wing position. New manager Russell Martin is attempting to put his stamp on the squad and is attempting to sign centre-back Harry Darling for a third time after taking him to both MK Dons and Southampton. A deal for experienced English defender Conor Cody is also being worked on. However, it does seem as though Quahim Poko could be the one that is the closest, and certainly one that is exciting. We've all been crying out for a very, very long time that we want these young players to come in that are going to be able to make an impact, yet most importantly, but also to have sellable assets going forward, which is also extremely, extremely important for this team. Now, with regard to Poko, as stated, he's a man in demand. 30 clubs were interested in the player, and as reports are stating tonight, Rangers are the team that have went to the front of the queue, and there's a reason as to why. He was the best player in League One last season, in a lot of people's opinions, and here's his key stats. His transfer value is around £1.3 million. His contract is June 2025, 27 appearances last season, 12 goals, 7 assists, 2,265 minutes played, 119 minutes per goal contribution, 77.25% key pass accuracy, 0.60 key passes P90, 7.32 XG, 2.5 shots per 90, 19.05% conversion rate, and a 55.81% successful dribbles per 90 as well. So as stated, guys, this young man is very much in demand, has got a lot of suitors. So to see that we've come at the top of the pile is really, really encouraging and really, really exciting. Now, inside Rangers sources are reporting that the deal is very, very close, virtually complete. Of course, you've got the Rags, of course, reporting on this as well as few other sources going around as well. But safe to say that the Rangers fan base on social media have taken this as something pretty exciting. Sometimes you always see a bit of doom and gloom with regard to our transfer activities, but everyone's pretty unanimous on this player. And yeah, it does look like it is a no-brainer, especially the age and especially that he is a free agent. So yeah, very much exciting. I'd be raging if I was Peterborough United losing this player on a free transfer. But guys, let's jump into the live chat. Let's see what people are thinking with regard to this deal. What do you make of it? And what do you think our transfer activity is going to be like this summer? It probably looks like already, as we've started to see stuff, Harry Darling, centre-back, Connor Cody, centre-back, and now a winger. We're definitely trying to bolster the positions that we've lost and what we've seen go out to the door. You've heard reports Robin Proper is close to leaving, Cyril Dessers. So there's probably going to be a lot of incomings this summer as well. Casey Gaming says, is this actually legit though? Guys, I don't bring you BS here on the channel. If it's coming from good sources, then of course I'll report on it. But as stated, this is what people are saying. This is what sources are saying, that Rangers have come out on top of this multi-club battle for Kwahim Poko. So only time will tell with regard to the fine print and getting it announced and all that sorts of stuff. And with regard to transfers, it's always going to be the case. It's never done deal until the scarf is above the head and all these kind of things. So a lot of things can happen from now until then. But certainly the reports that we are seeing, it does look very, very much that it could be done. But again, couple more days and we'll start to see if anything comes from it a little bit later on. That's a booster battle, all the other clubs to the deal. More lower league players from England. Where is all the money on signings going? Guys, it's free transfer. It's a free transfer, and some people will turn their nose up at a League One player. He's been the best player in League One so far this season. A lot of clubs, and I wasn't over-exaggerating, stating that 30 clubs. He's the man. I think every Championship club wants him this season. So yeah, you're going to get gems down in England. I wouldn't always turn your nose up. There's a lot of good players that have made a career in the game that have come from the lower leagues, third tier of English football, and you've got to start your career somewhere. And I hate to mention it, you know, sort of Matt O'Reilly, he was from MK Dons, was he not? Joe Aribo, of course, from Charlton, and they went on to make a serious impact within the Scottish Premiership. So I wouldn't turn your nose up at, especially at a free transfer as well. So we'll certainly see over the next couple of days. Donald says, I have seen a few of his games. He's good with the ball. He likes to run with the ball and he can score too. Well, he's got numbers to his game. I think before Václav Černý, we were crying out for a winger that we actually owned that could bring the numbers to it, goals and assists. And certainly he has those. And he's still very, very, very young. Very, very young. Still. Grant says, I hope we get Darling. He looks like a centre-back that we need. What do you reckon about Connor Cody? Is he a player that you would like to see at the football club as well? Connor Cody, a bit of experience there, of course, turning into a bit of a journeyman, I suppose, over the last couple of years. But, you know, Wolves, Everton, Leicester. What did you think about Connor Cody, especially in the Scottish League? William says there is a compensation fee, then he will get at least a few million signing on fee easily. Well, of course, free transfers. You don't really look at the signing on fees and the wage. We don't really talk about that as such. We just talk about the how much we're getting him on there. Of course, he's probably going to get a healthy wage packet, of course, and probably a decent signing on fee. But that's the benefit, I suppose, of running down your contract, and that's why a lot of players actually go on and do it. Scott Miller says, Poco knocked Birmingham back. They offered him 30k and he'll be a Rangers player defo. I mean, the fact that Birmingham, who are now under a sort of new ownership as well, the fact that it does look exciting at Birmingham at this moment in time, the fact that they're probably the team to go to in the Championship with the money and all of these kind of things, it probably goes to show that was probably our main sort of rival for this signature. And the fact that he's turned them down on that exciting project speaks volumes, because it does seem a bit more exciting now at Rangers. Over the years, of course, we've always had the stature, we've always had the size of the club. That's always been a pull for players from those sorts of leagues. But the fact that we've got new ownership, ambitious owners, and we've got a new manager, and we look like we're going in a different direction, definitely plays a huge part. With regard to Connor Cody, Freddie says, can Cody play 50 plus games? That's my worry. I don't really know his injury record, to be fair, Cody. I haven't really been following. He's, of course, in the Premier League last year, was he? He was with Leicester, wasn't he? He plays for Leicester nowadays. Obviously, he was down in the Championship. 32, relatively good age for a centre-back. Played most of his career with Wolves. Yeah, I mean, last year, how many games did he play within the Premier League? Let's have a little look. 22. Yeah, you've got a point, I suppose. You have got a point. Yeah, you have got a point. But yeah. But anyway, guys, I won't keep you too long. Do let me know your thoughts anyway with regard to this potential incoming. As I said, all signs point towards a move to Rangers. Of course, things can collapse at any moment, but we'll wait over the next couple of days to see if there's any more details coming out. But certainly an exciting transfer, and certainly one that will excite Rangers fans, I'm sure, as we get our first signing of the window. But guys, as stated, do let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you all next time.